Hello, hello. Hello and welcome to Luna and the Druid, or shall I say, the Three Seers. Today, after a break, we welcome you with some new faces on board. Hello, Jan. Hello, Julie. So lovely to be with you and share the screen. Would you like to reveal what that ground opening is about?
Who you're asking?
Yes,
Shall I do?
go
Yes, go
for
for
it.
it, Jan.
Okay, cool. Yes, the grand opening is about our new website and our new cooperation, the Three Seers Tarot. The Three Seers are Julie, Luna, and myself, and we are starting a cooperation, offering our tarot services through one sales channel, which is the Three Seers Tarot.com, our brilliant new website. And yeah, shall we start with the reveal?
Maybe we
Yeah.
could welcome Julie first.
Let's welcome Julie first. That's a good idea. Welcome, Julie. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. I'm very well. It's great to be here. It's very exciting. It's a big day for the three of us. And I know we've talked for a long time about collaborating. And we originally called ourselves the Three Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. And now we're the Three Seers. So it's it's a really special day to be here. And I'm delighted that I'm sharing with you both.
Yeah.
Yes, well, some of you probably know Julie really well by now from our earlier episodes. And today we come in a totally different arrangement because today we will talk about that tarot is not about how, or it's not about today how proving how tarot works with the cards. It's about showing how it works in almost magical way, how it's done with integrity, depth, and responsibility. And that's how the Three Seers were born. Let's
Yeah.
jump into it because we promised a grand reveal. Here is our new website where you will find a booking system I can guarantee you nobody else has. But am I revealing too much already? Oops.
No, you're doing fine. No, you're doing
Jan
fine.
will share his screen and let's jump into it.
Yes. Up and here we go. I'm going to refresh the screen.
Yes. In the
If everything's
meantime,
all right.
hello,
Oh, yes,
Suzanne.
of course. This is techie stuff.
Yes.
As it
If
always
you're
happens.
watching this live, please feel free to say hello in the comments. We love when we have that interaction with you guys. If you're watching it later, also say hello. I'm here so we could feel the energy and connect with you.
I'll probably have to open a new screen.
Yay.
Come on, lads.
That's okay.
Here it is. Now refresh this one. Well, okay, the homepage isn't loading, but Julie, you are loading, and
What else do you need? I mean, I am the most important person, so it's all about
absolutely,
me.
absolutely,
I'm just called
Yes.
Julie
absolutely.
Tarot.
So
It's
you see, we all three of us, all the three seers, have their own profile page on this website. The beautiful Luna, with all her skills and her profile, and reviews, and the system where you can book her. Same goes for myself, the druid, with my skills, my profile, and of course a booking system for me. So you can, on this website, when you're looking for a reader, go to our profiles and look us up, and which one speaks to you, you're going to pick. But
yeah.
if you can't decide based on this, we have another trick up our sleeves, because we have some games built in. And of course, here you see 3 tarot cards, and the cards represent, each card represents one of us. And if you're not sure who to take the reading with, just pick a card and let fate decide which one it will be. So I'll reveal the middle card. Let's see who it is becoming. Ah, that's me. Oops. Yeah.
Fix.
If you would have taken if you have taken this one, you would have found Arluna, and of course, in this card, you'll find Julie.
Yes,
This is
but
not.
don't think it's like that, because the algorithm is based only on the faith, and the algorithm reads your energy and gets you the most reader, which aligns with your energy, because we all have different superpowers, but we have that one thing in common. We are ultimately fantastic in what we do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And just make sure you don't need to remember where our faces were in the card, because of course the algorithm randomizes the location of the cards. So it's real purely random, and it's pure by good luck and good faith. I always say only pick once and then go for it.
Mm.
The one you pick. So that's also a very handy way. Read the profiles. Secondly, pick a seer, and this was another interesting thing. This is what I call the Find Your Seer game, or Find Your Seer test. Do the test, and we have all kinds of traits, all kinds of skills that we all have in this tiles that are there. It can be energetic protection, ancestral wisdom, past, present, future, soul journeys, life transformation, whatever you like. And the trick here is to pick between 1 and 5 of these traits. And the algorithm is trained; it knows which one will get the most points for each of these tiles. And so once you have chosen a few, and you will see once you start choosing already by the first one, the button comes up, reveal my seer, so you can choose between 1 and 5. As you can see, you can't pick 6. If you want to pick another one, you have to disable it and pick this one. And if you then go reveal my seer, you would have found me.
We can tell who was writing the algorithm.
Mhm.
course.
Yes, we know who's behind the magic of this website.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and then for instance, if we have clarity, if you only go for clarity, you find Luna. Yoo-hoo!
Maybe stop revealing all the secrets and let them
I won't
figure out
reveal them.
themselves.
I won't reveal them. So look up what of these things you are looking for in a reading, and find the reader that fits you. So it's a website, it's an app, it's a game, it's fun, and once you find your reader, you can go to their profile, Luna, and pick a time and a date. Pick where you want to meet Luna, on WhatsApp or on Zoom. Let's go for Zoom. And you already see that tomorrow 9 a.m. you can already book your reading at 9 a.m. or 4:30 p.m. whatever times. You will probably add some evening times as well in the near future. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
yeah, you can set them up, and and then leave your details, and show up at the time. You'll get emails, you'll get a text message when it's on, so you'll be reminded of your appointment, and there we have it.
As you can see, the system is really intuitive. You can go onto website and you will know what to do. The game is a game changer. It's a fabulous idea, because I often see people who want to have a reading, but they're curious, but they haven't decided what is that they really need. And this tool will actually force you to have a think about it. What is that I really want from this reading? What is my outcome? And then based on that, you will get the reader who's specializing in that area, which is absolutely amazing.
And that's it. So we're live. We're on.
Yes, that's a big celebration because this project is very dear to definitely my heart and heart of my friends because we came together as friends. This is our child, which is born from creativity and passion to what we do, how we share our lives. It was based on many, many conversations, but it started from one spark. Before we entered the live, Julie actually shared, or Jan actually shared, and he pointed out that it's all started from our beautiful Julie, who made some magic with spelling in her beautiful book. Perhaps we could share this part of the story as well.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's do that.
So, as you
Julie.
know, Julie is a dark fantasy author as well, apart from her tarot work.
Yeah.
And she recently, well, not so recently, but a while ago, she published the second book of her series. Perhaps I could give you a voice, Julie, and you could talk about it yourself.
Yeah, of course, of course. So I've been writing for many years, and I started this series, which is called Oath and Legacy, I think about 2 years ago, and I published the second book of the series, which is Hematite and Hemlock. Now, this is only a proof cover, so you'll have to forgive me for the Amazon strip across the front. But in the back of the book, I wrote some acknowledgements. This series is very witchy. There's tarot in it, and there's a lot of witchcraft. And I leaned into a lot of my own practice when I was writing this book. But within the acknowledgements, I gave a shout out to Luna and Jan because they're two very important people in my life. And this is the magic of words, of spelling that I brought in. And I said to Luna and Jan, two of our three of pentacles, how lucky are we to weave our passions into daily life? I love you both dearly, and I'm excited for all the magical tarot-filled adventures waiting for us. And I didn't tell either of them that I had added them into the acknowledgements. Now, this book is actually dedicated to Luna. But I hadn't mentioned that I had added them into the acknowledgements, and it was only when Jan mentioned it there that he noticed the correlation. And I said, yeah, that's the magic that I worked without even realizing, I suppose. I wove that in. But the intention was there all along, that we wanted to work together. We wanted to create something fabulous together. And Anna and I only know each other a few years. Two, maybe 2.5, maybe not even
3, yeah.
And the moment I saw her stepping into the room, we were on a business course together. I said, "There's my people. She's a soul, a kindred spirit." And I knew once I got to know her even better that we were going to work together. And then Luna introduced me to Jan, and I was like, "Oh well, now we're complete. There's the three, and three is the magic number." So yeah, so here we are. So it's magic. It's the threads that the universe weaves together. And as long as we put good and positive intention into it, I truly believe that it comes into play.
Absolutely. Well said, my dear. And
as you can see, we're really live now. There was a little hiccup in the timing, but the cache is empty. Yeah. This is the official homepage, which I hadn't shown yet. But Julie, what you did actually, I noticed that because we started this project, we talked about this project mid-November. That's just 2 months ago, and neither of us, nor Luna nor me, had read your book. And still, that weekend that we were at your place, this idea of this project started. And then we were halfway. I got your book as a Christmas present. I was showered with Christmas presents by my other peers, and one of them was the book. And I read the book. I looked in the back, and there it was. I think, Jesus, Julie, you really had put all your witch's power in and work here and made something. You put something into the universe. We're going to build new tarot adventures, and boom, here we are.
Yeah, it's the power of words. Yeah,
the power of words, the power of our intentions. It's wonderful. Yeah.
It's a kind of magic.
Yes,
I
it
will
is.
never forget the moment when, from the Tree of Pentacles, the three seers were born. We were sitting in Jolie's living room talking about things we love. And then when this idea came about, we got so excited. We immediately got to work on it. The ideas started to flow. But the one which sat very quickly with us was the name, because we were starting to talk about what would be the name. Three of Pentacles, yes, it was great. However,
Mhm.
we felt like we need something different. And then Three Seers came about, and we were like, yes, because that's exactly what we are within our work, within our psychic gifts and our magic. This is our superpower. And what I love about this is that the more we talk, the more we create with each other, the better it gets, because we are the constant source of inspiration. And I love you dearly. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this beautiful project, because Jan, you've put so much work, heart, and effort into this. He's the magic behind all the techie stuff.
Yes.
And I'm really grateful, and I really appreciate your efforts into making this alive. You should see his face. From I could actually see in his eyes how things started to build up in his head. From the very beginning, he knew exactly how he wanted the website to work, how
Hmm.
he wanted to everything work with each other. The new type of approach where we get a little bit faith and guidance from the universe to pick your reader if you are not sure which one of us is suitable for you. What I totally and absolutely recommend is to use the services of the three of us to see which one is your reader, because we all will have a different approach. You know me and Jan pretty well by now. You know the style of our work. But you don't know Julie as much. So today is about introducing the three of us, including our beautiful friend Julie. And we prepared some questions, like a game for us as well, to reveal a little bit more about our style of work, about what is that we do with clients. Because yes, reading cards live is a one thing, but one-on-one work with a client, it's a totally different game. So we'll definitely talk about that. But before we go any further, I want to thank you guys for all the hellos. Magda says, hello, it's lovely to see three of you together. M says, hi, Journey also is happy that we are back. And John congratulates us. Big congrats to the three of you on the launching of the Three Seers. Let us know, guys, what you think about the website. I'm sure you went over to have a little glimpse and test the magical buttons. If you have, please do share with us. We're curious. Bear with us that it's still work in progress. So if there are any technical glitches or suggestions how we could improve, please feel free to contact us. After all, the project is for you, so you could use and have your safe space to go anytime you need clarity, you need motivation, you need grounding, or you need that message from heaven, where from the person you really miss. Whatever is there you need, we've got you. We've got this in our services. That's why the Tree of Seers is so different and so magical, because we come holistically. It's not that this tarot reader has that type of offering skills, because we all have different gifts. We all use them differently. But here we come together to give you complex services. So whatever you need, we are there for you.
Boom, you said it.
Well said.
Yeah. So let's do a bit of Q&A with each other. So our viewers, the new ones, and also the friends that were here before, can get to know us a bit better. And I think we'll just do a round robin. I'll start asking a question to someone, and the someone that gets the question ask someone else the question. Julie, I want to start with you. You're new. We need to know a lot about you. So first, can you do a bit of more of an introduction of yourself before we start real questions?
Okay. Very quickly then, I'm reading tarot for over a decade. It's not my only means of paying the bills. I also work as a meditation practitioner. I hold weekly meditation circles, and I also teach tarot online and in person, which I absolutely love. I'm also, as Luna mentioned, an author. I write dark fantasy and epic fantasy and paranormal fantasy. I published my 13th book, I think it was. Isn't it great that I've lost count? How amazing is that? In October, November, yes, of last year. And I'm getting ready to publish another one, a novella, in maybe February, March, and then hopefully the third book in the Oath and Legacy series, hopefully towards the very end of this year. But we'll see, because life has a way of throwing wonderful things in my path that slows down my writing. I'm also practicing witch. I bring some of my witchcraft into my tarot readings. One of my add-ons, if you make a booking with me, is I can craft a bespoke spell or ritual that will fit exactly whatever it is you come to me with. So that I just love crafting bespoke spells and rituals. It's amazing to work with somebody and just pluck all the different threads that need to be brought together to weave something really magical together. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I work mainly with my claircognizance and clairsentience, so I feel and I know. I occasionally hear. That's something that I'm working on, is my clairaudience. And once I'm in the flow, for me, certainly, I know every tarot reader is different, but for me, certainly, with me, tarot is once I lay down the cards, it's just the rug on the ground, so to speak, and from there the intuition kicks in, the messages come in, and I would feel an awful lot. So when I'm reading, especially on screen, you're going to see this, and you're going to see me trying to, it's all about the feel. So yeah, I love it. I just love the opportunity of reading tarot for people, and it's a very humbling experience to have somebody come before you with an issue, a problem, a worry, a concern, and to be able to give them light. And I think more importantly, hope. With the world the way it is at the moment, I think hope is just so precious. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Thank you.
And will I pass on? I'll jump in now, will I, and ask a question?
Okay, I just want to add one thing into it. I'm the witness of many spells coming to life, even today. Julie helped me to get the power back because the power was gone. So she is very powerful in her craft.
Thank you. I still haven't won the lotto yet, though, lads. I mean, come on.
Yet is the key word.
Okay, so I'm going to scoot up. I have a question for Anna. And I would like to ask you, Anna, how do you balance your intuition with structure when you're reading? Because I know with you, you really get a fast, like it's like the Fast and Furious, it comes in. And I would like to know, how do you get all of that into a nice cohesive reading for your reader when you're literally just like, woo, 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 it's coming into you?
That's such a great question. And the only way I can answer it is there is no structure. It just comes and I follow it. Like Julie, I am an intuitive tarot reader. So I base my reading on what I feel, sense, know, hear, as well as with practical knowledge and the knowledge of tarot itself. So I allow the information to flow with me. I allow myself to be used as a tool for the higher guidance which comes from above. And somehow it creates this beautiful story. Every single reading of mine is different. I do follow a certain structure, which is reading client's energy first to see where we're going with the reading. But obviously, it's not always the case, because sometimes we can jump in straight ahead into a question, and I let the client to pick the path we're going, and then I use the guidance, the senses, the psychic senses to be a guide, and I use myself as a voice, as a seer, as an oracle, combining those elements. No structure whatsoever, pure intuitive flow. I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you. It does. I've seen you in action, so I know.
Likewise.
Okay, it's my turn for asking questions. Jan, you've been oddly quiet for the last couple of minutes, so let's bring you up to the surface here.
Okay. I'm ready.
What is your approach to difficult topics, like, or sensitive topic, like health, legal issues, stuff which can be very personal for clients, but at the same time bringing that clarity a client needs? How do you deal with that matter?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I have no breaks. I'm honest. So I always say, let's be real here. Let's be real. I have no filters. My shadow is out in the open, and I go for reality. So that means that when someone, for instance, comes with a health question, I immediately say, that's not my business. I'm not a doctor. What I can see is how you will be doing in general, and that's independent of the health. Or, for instance, when I get someone who is very old, I'm not afraid to say that someone is in their final life phase. I always say the death card, which is a very well-known card in the tarot, and people fear the death card. I don't say don't fear the death card, because the death card is the one that you are dealt with the moment you get born. The moment you get released, the moment your soul dives in, that's when your death card comes into play, because it's the inevitable outcome. And I always say, during your life, you will find many moments of transformation. And these are also moments when the death card comes in to let go of the old and bring out a new version of yourself. And death cards can represent ends of a job, or an end of a marriage, at the end of a relationship, even becoming very ill, for getting a terminal disease, and improving like that. So the sensitive topics, they would be there, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of their way. I don't give legal advice. I don't give medical advice. I will not read for someone who is not present, unless it's the thing is a mother for her child, or a father for their child. Is when it's a minor, I could read what's there, how the relationship between them two will evolve. But I'm very much about privacy, about someone's own responsibilities and stuff like that. So
Yeah, absolutely, Anne. And I think that ethics in tarot is incredibly important. Without the foundation of solid ethics, you're really you're building your house on a stone, or on sand, I should say. And one thing we have on the website, don't we, Anne, is a link to all our personal ethics within tarot reading, because there's some things that I wouldn't read for that perhaps Jan or Anna would. So we would encourage everybody, if you are considering and you feel maybe you have a question that's a bit sensitive, or could be difficult, or a bit out there, do check our ethics on our own personal websites, which you'll get through links on our Three Seers, to check those out. But yeah, ethics are important. So yeah, great question, Luna.
And also feel free to contact us and ask. This is always one of the good ways, at least, to reveal.
Yeah, because we can always rephrase if there's something that somebody needs a reading on, and it involves, say, for example, I had a client who reached out to me very recently and said, they asked me what was the nature of the relationship between two very different people. It was not this client. And I had to kindly say to them, I don't read for parties. I'm not going to read about somebody's, spouse, brother, sister, whatever. So we reframed it on how the situation was coming into her reality, what was going on with her energy. And that made a big difference for her, because what it meant was that she left the reading with a much greater understanding of where her insecurities were coming from. So yeah, if you have a question, don't be afraid to contact us individually, which again you can do through the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the website is visible on the screen, threeseerstarot.com.
Yes. So I'm on. I just had a question for Julie, so now I have one for Luna. Luna, how do you work when the cards are quiet, contradictory, feel off? What do you do? How do you approach that?
My cards are never quiet. I'm a Gemini and I have a Mercury in Gemini. That's like a double words flowing, but that's a joke.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I may grab a deck which doesn't, and which energies doesn't correspond with a client. It's very rare, but this is very simple. The cards just don't make sense. In the case that I feel that something's off, I will just ask the client which what I say makes sense. Few times there was a client in front of me, which I had a story on the table and they were like, that makes no sense. So this is to me a signal that I'm just using the wrong deck. And if I change a deck, it's 99% of the time that helps and solves the problem. Again, it's on the intuitive feeling. It's about that feeling of the connection between clients. Sometimes when I'm not sure, I will get the clients to pick their own deck. I love to do it actually, because then they are drawn to that energy which is the closest to them. How many times we see the person in front of us for the first time ever and they're closed off, they might be shy, they may be secretive about stuff, and they protect access to their energy. And then it's harder to read that person, because being open, it's important to give us access to what we need to see. And even if you'll be closed, we have our ways to get around that. It just takes a bit more time to do so. But cards always know, and cards always will find their way, one way or two or another. So it's all about feelings, but also communicating with clients, which I do, especially when I feel like something's off. As I said, it happens rarely, but it is a case. But I'm not worried about it. It's just a matter of adapting. That's how life works, basically. And the same principles go here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's part of the ethics that once, it happens maybe once every 2 years that I get someone in front of me and it just doesn't work. Just then just be happy to terminate the reading, refund the money if there's something paid, and get that over with. It's all about giving your client the best experience you can give them and give them the best guidance you can give them. And if there's no match, which can occasionally happen, deal with that and move on.
Yeah, it's an energy exchange. So you need to remember it goes both ways, actually three. It's us, ourselves, cards, and the client. And if one of sides is not willing to cooperate, obviously the energy will be affected by that.
And this is of course my strong suit. When I say we started off as the Three of Pentacles or the Three of Discs, which is in the Thoth Tarot very well represented by this card, and you see the three persons. It could be us, it could be mind, body, spirit, and you see the connections between all the three spheres there. And so there's the three seers, but it's also the client, the reader, and the realm of spirit. And as long as everybody puts in their effort, opens up, does their job, there's nothing that can go wrong. It will all be fine. So that's the whole story of the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Discs. Love this card.
Let me ask the question. Jan, I think there is a bit of echo. It might be on your side. I'm not sure. From time to time, I keep hearing just a little bit.
Okay, I hear you. I have my echo off. I have my echo cancellation is on with me, so should be good.
Sometimes those things just happen. You see, we are powerful transmitters of energy, and not equipment not always can handle it well. Julie, based on Jan's question about kind of stuckness, I want to ask you about the flow and the green flag in reading. What actually is that tells you that you're right on track? Even before the client confirms anything, what makes you feel like, yeah, this is the story?
For me, it would be the flow of energy, intuition, the flow of messages coming through. Sometimes it's when I lay out the cards, there's a whole story being told immediately, and you'll know that yourselves from reading. Other times you look and you go, what? And it takes a little while to piece the stories, the individual cards together. But for me, definitely when I start reading and it's like verbal diarrhea, and it's coming out, all the information, it's a flow, and I'm sitting in very much it's like Jan, the card you just showed there with the triangle and the 3 pentacles, it is very much that feeling that there's beautiful alignment taking place, and what's coming down, it's working its way, it's coming down, it's coming through me, it's going to the client, and then obviously once the client starts confirming, or even if it's just a nod, or they start expressing a little bit more about their situation, again that circle of energy, that flow just keeps going. It's an amazing feeling, and we do sometimes get those readings where we're stuck, but thankfully very rarely. But yeah, when I know I'm on track is when it's just that beautiful flow that's coming down, and I feel like I have so much to say. I'm not going to be able to say it all in 30 minutes. And I'm always aware as well when I'm doing reading that, and you understand this, when we are in the flow and the words are coming out, that the client is sitting there and they're probably going, I'm never going to remember half of this. So I always say to clients, you're very welcome to record if they're sitting right in front of me, they're welcome to record it on their phone. I give them the opportunity to take notes. But if it's online on a Zoom, hit record and you'll have the reading, because there's so much nuance as well in a reading that clients can miss at the time, and then later on when they come back to it, they realize, she said that, or he did mention that and I forgot about it. So
yeah,
there you go. Who is next for a question? Will I do a quick fire round?
You've asked some questions. Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Before we go there, I would like to acknowledge, because there is some interesting things going on in the comments. Our beautiful viewers were checking who is their intuitive guide. So Iron Fire Horse says here, I just did the test on the new website. Says Jan is my go-to. I saw a comment earlier that somebody was actually chosen by my spirits to, so I would be their spirit and guides. So it's wonderful, and thank you for checking. Everything's working here. So lovely to have you guys on board with this beautiful project.
Yeah.
We so like the games, because we like to have fun, that we created a fire shooting questions game as well for the 3 of us, so you could get to know us even more. I will mute myself, Julie.
So Julie, you're going to fire up some questions.
Okay.
Well, shall we ask our viewers if they have any questions that they can fire them as well? Yes.
Yes.
If you have any question for one of us, just say question for one of the 3 of us, and we're happy to answer. But you fire away, Julie.
Okay, I'll start, and I'll start. If we want to go, Luna, you answer first, then Jan, you answer, and then I'll answer, and then I'll ask the next question. We'll go
Okay.
around
Yeah.
that way. Does that suit? Okay, so first of all, Luna, reversals. Do you use them always, sometimes, or never?
Always when they show up.
For me, it's a bit tricky reversals because my cards don't have a symmetrical background. On the other hand, I always read towards the client. So if the client has the card upside down, and I only read reversals. My cards are always upside down for me, and I read both the normal meanings, and I work with the reverse meanings as well, but they're based on neighbors and position, and how they fit into the story that I'm supposed to tell the client. So the story, when I read 10 cards, I weave them together, the cards from one to another, that they have a story with an opening, with the challenges, and with an ending, and with the future prediction. So reversals, no, but always. And you?
I would say sometimes I tend to connect in with a client's energy before a reading and just intuitively decide whether reversals are going to come into play or not. More often than not, they do, and I like reversals. I think they're very helpful in a reading. So my answer would be sometimes. Okay, next question. Luna, clarifiers. Are they helpful or chaos?
Helpful. However, you know me, I'm chaos, so it's like a bit of both. But to me, if something's not clear, I will always pull a clarifier, which gives me the background of the story and it explains the card more. So for me, always.
I have 10 cards. Yeah. I have 10 cards on the table. So I say 99% they'll do. And if not, I'm happy to pull 1, 2, or 3 extra cards, or add on a special game. For instance, I pick a situation card that comes from the reading, and I pick 2 cards, a do and a don't, and that always gives the answer. So not too much, but it's possible. Yeah. And you?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. If I feel we need a clarifier, I will pull one, maybe 1 or 2 extra cards. But I find it can muddle the energy of a reading. So it's not a practice I lean into that often. Okay, Luna, most misunderstood card in tarot.
I can't pick one card. It's impossible. So as a Gemini, I will bring 2 to the picture, the Death card and the Tower. Those, in my opinion, are very misunderstood. Yes, they sound scary, but there is so much goodness underneath the surface. Jan?
Seven of Pentacles, or the 7 of Discs. Very dark card, as you can see. The name on the card is Failure. So, people think, when I get this, I'm a failure. I'm gonna fail. Everything's going wrong. I say no. This is a card where if you do nothing, you fail. If you have no patience, you fail. This is a card of patience. I say this is the field as we have them right now in our country. The fields are plowed, the seeds are sown, but are still black. No seeds have sprouted. So it's also a card of waiting, and it's also a card of big promises of a big and prosperous harvest. But it needs water, it needs heat, it needs some compost, some fertilizer. So there's still some action needed. So nothing to be afraid of. It's a phase you're going through.
Okay, I agree with Anna. Death and Tower, definitely misunderstood cards. But I'll also say the Lovers, because a lot of the time when the Lovers lands on the table, people assume straight away big romance, a happy ending, happy ever after. But the Lovers, more often than not for me, it indicates standing at a crossroad and a very important choice that needs to be made. So that would be my answer. Okay, Luna, one card you secretly love seeing for clients.
Secretly? Oh, that's a good question. I will have to go and say 10 of Cups. Always, it's one of the most welcome cards for me. Why? Because it's about happiness, fulfillment in so many areas of the light, but especially emotional life and emotional aspects of life. It's a happy family, satisfaction, the healthy connections, healthy relationships, goodness, 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 and some sort of fulfillment there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, it's the star. The star. Card number 17, which actually comes after card number 16, which is the tower, when we have the devastation, and from that we move into the star. So that's why the tower card is not necessarily a bad card. Something needs to go, something needs to be leveled, and the star shows up after that as hope for renewal, hope for a clear path ahead, hope for enlightenment, hope for clarity. Yeah, renewal. Love that one.
Yeah, beautiful.
Julie, I think echo is actually coming from your side, because I can see the screen showing up a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't know how to fix that.
In the microphone settings, there's an echo cancellation button. So that's the small chevron next to your microphone.
Yes. In the meantime, there is a great question from M here. I have never done a tarot reading. What is the most important thing? Now I can hear myself even more. Sometimes it happens. You want to fix something and it goes the other way around.
Shall I read the question?
Yes, please.
Am I without echo? Okay. So Matthias asks, I've never done a tarot reading. What's the most important thing to keep in mind as a customer to make the reading as smooth as possible? And besides being as open as possible? The best thing is to prepare yourself for a good question. Prepare a good question for yourself.
Yes.
If you look on my website, jantetro.com, you can actually download an ebook. It's called Sacred Questions, and that's a guide for someone having their first tarot reading, or even someone having their 100th tarot reading. I got very, very lovely comments on that. It's an ebook. It's for free. And you can download it and you can find how to prepare for a reading. But prepare, be open, be receptive, don't hide, don't be completely quiet and say nothing. Just respond, open your spirit, open your mind, and you're in good hands with either of us to help you there.
In other words, set an intention. Know what is that you're actually coming for to get out of the reading. What is that you want to clarify? Have that question. The more specific you will get, the better and more accurate reading you will have, targeting that certain aspect of your life. And sometimes you just want to have a good general guidance or general insight, and that's also fine. However, make sure your energy speaks through you, so you know you have that clarity of what is that you're asking for.
And that actually answers one of the quick fire round questions, which was what client mindset makes for a good reading. And openness, I think, is definitely, yeah.
Good.
Okay, I will ask next then, maybe one of the last ones. What card do you dread seeing for clients?
Seven of Swords. It's always a tricky one.
Yeah. Yes. Hate that card.
Yeah.
I will share with you. I actually dislike, because hate is a very strong word to use. I dislike the Seven of Swords so much that I actually wrote it into the first book of my Oath and Legacy series, Moonstone and Mugwort, in a bid to break the curse of the Seven of Swords. And when it lands on the table, especially if it lands with the moon, for me specifically, it's it's never a good one. So when it lands on the table, I tend to do an inward one of those. Like death, I go, yes. The Tower, I go, ooh. But the Seven of Swords is the one that makes me go, yeah.
A tricky one, yeah.
Okay, and I will ask one last quick fire. Describe your tarot reading style as weather. Jan?
My tarot reading style, okay.
Weather.
As weather.
As
As
weather.
weather.
Okay. Stormy, windy, airy, communicative. Mercury is in play with me. I'm always interacting with my client. I'm not someone who, for instance, asks questions all the time to their client, but I give them information. I look at what they give back to me, and then bring in more. So it's sometimes it's a hurricane. Sometimes a client, they get blown away, but most of the times they end it and say, okay, yeah, that was really, really helpful. So it's rainy, stormy, but there's always a sunny ending. That's what I love.
Julie, what about you?
Me,
Yes.
oh, okay. So I feel it would start definitely with a nice clear sky, no breeze, very gentle. And then as the reading progresses, again, that air element comes in of the communication and the downloads. And then like that, of course, depending what's on the table, it can get stormy. I think I bring a lot of fire into my tarot readings too. So a lot of hot sunshine that gets people excited and to be outdoors and doing stuff. I love the passion of creativity and you know, changing and working through intentions and that. So definitely lots of hot sunshine. But like Jan, I wanted to end with a nice gentle breeze, people feeling uplifted. They've had a nice dose of vitamin D.
Wonderful. And that's exactly how it is. With me, well, it often starts with the clouds and unclear sky, and then the wind comes in and blows everything away, and then the sunshine comes in. So, like a typical March day in Ireland. Sometimes it can snow, sometimes it can rain, but there is always sunshine waiting.
Cool.
Lovely. Thank you so much. I hope this allows you to get to know us even more. Feel free to experiment with our website. Feel free to experiment with the game. See who's the most accurate for you, for the type of your journey. We all have our superpowers there, which we brought up to the surface in order to serve you the most. But what would be Luna and the Druid, the Three Seers, without some cards?
Some.
As we are slowly but surely moving towards the end, I will mute myself because there is something going on outside and my doggy is barking, and I will give you guys the voice.
Okay. Give us the voice. So I have a full deck, small size, same deck. Oh. What do we have? What do we have? Okay. So
it is not a pick a card reading. It'll be a general message for upcoming days, weeks, something you should focus on, something which perhaps will be brought into your attention. Obviously, if you feel drawn to one of us, it means that there is definitely your message. But today we are just doing the general guidance.
yes. So I'll bring out the first card. The devil, of course. Devil is in the details. For us, for you, don't be distracted by the devil. There might be all kinds of things playing in life that distract you from your path. There's things going on in your life and also in society that might not feel good. You can feel this devilish energy within yourself. You want to respond. You want to react. You want to react to the devils on the outside. Stay calm and collected. Feel free to do whatever you need. Feel free to do whatever you please. Free yourself from the news. Free yourself from from the negativity that the media sometimes throw upon us. Read a good book, especially one by Julie Embleton. Look her up on Amazon. Lovely, witchy, vampiric, uh, tarot-filled books, and I really recommend. And
Yes,
don't be
totally.
afraid.
Such a great journey and adventure. I couldn't put it back because Julie certainly knows how to pull you into this magical world she creates. Totally.
Thank you.
Julie, what about
Thank
you? What
you.
the cards say?
I pulled the beautiful Ace of Cups.
Wow.
So this is a card of new aces are about new beginnings, but the message here for me is to protect your heart space. Be careful about who you share your emotions with, who you give your energy to. That, like Jan said, the world's a crazy place at the moment. So be mindful of what you give your energy to, whether it be circumstance, news, people. Just be protective of your heart. But it's also on the flip side of that, don't be afraid to open up a little bit to the people that you feel a strong connection with. The Ace of Cups is a sign of new beginnings. It's connecting to emotion. It could be the beginning of a new relationship. It can also be the creation of something new. You're birthing something from your heart space. So again, it's yes, indeed, it's very apt for what we have going on here today. So yeah, be protective of your energy in terms of external influence, and if it doesn't sit right in your heart or in your gut, that's a sign that it's not meant for you. So let it go. But also be open to new beginnings, new people, sharing ideas of energy. It's a beautiful card. It's a lovely one to see there, especially with the devil first place.
Yes. I bring a bit of oracle to the table today with the number 33. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. So this is the reminder that sometimes in the turmoil, in that chaos, in those unexpected situations which make you experience fear and uncertainty, there is a deeper meaning and trust that you are being guided in a right place, even though at the moment that it's happening, it may not be comfortable. It may be the actual tower moment or the devil where you're fighting your restrictions. Have trust, have faith, and I have one of the most beautiful affirmations I ever came across, which became my mantra, is that everything, day and night, serves my highest good and my best. With that belief, whatever is happening, it will always end up better than you expected because it's a right way of for the things to unfold, always for your highest good and for the best. And remember that, especially in those moments of darkness, of fear. And just like my friend said, don't be afraid to open your heart. Don't be afraid to experience and feel what's happening. Don't get numb. Don't get into indulgence of whatever just to numb yourself. No, feel, because through feeling is the way out.
Beautifully said. I love the synchronicity of the three with that.
Yes.
Beautiful message. Yeah.
So as you can see, 3 different readers picking on the same energy and making it into a whole reading. That's magic. This is our magic, which we love to share with you. And with that said, our time together is coming to an end.
Yep.
Thank you so much, beautiful friends. Thank you to our viewers actively sharing their thoughts and feelings with us. We love to have you here. You always bring an extra special energy to those gatherings. We will keep you posted how the Three Seers are going, and feel free to browse the websites and see what's there for you.
Yeah. And we'll see you back again soon on this channel. either the two of us or the three of us, whatever the future may bring, we'll keep you informed. And Julie, thank you for showing up. Thank you for manifesting our lovely new cooperation in your last book. And thank you to our dear viewers for showing up and staying with us all this time.
Well, thank you for having me. And honestly, from my heart to yours and to everybody watching, it's an absolute blessing, this life we live. And I look forward to all the future magic we are going to create together. So thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.